Welcome to the Glolent podcast, the podcast for remote work and freelancing in practice. Welcome again, Vicens, to this episode of the Glolent podcast. Thanks for joining me again.
Hello, Behsaad. Thanks for inviting me again. I think that we are starting a very nice relationship.
I know, there's a good antagonism. So today we will talk about something that was in real life for a change. So many of you guys who are working remotely and are freelancing, you wonder, okay, can I go to conferences? Can I get to know more influencers, more customers? Can I learn something? And we actually said yes and went to BitsAndPretzels in Munich last week. And we had basically good time with a lot of things, but a lot of things made us question our decisions, and we will discuss the pros and cons and our opinion about what is
Exactly.
What is it that conferences are good for, and what is it that there may be overhyped? Maybe it's a little bit difficult to decide. I don't know. Depends.
Well,
as always, depends.
Yes, yes. Well, the first thing I would like to add is that I really thought we were having more time in the Oktoberfest because the conference was happening at the same time the Oktoberfest. I was saying, okay, what the fuck? Let's be cool. Let's go to a conference, but let's do real stuff in the Oktoberfest. Some networking, with people.
Yeah. So to clear up, maybe the BitsAndPretzels is a conference that exists since 2015, I think. And they're organizing it during the last days of September and until the first days of October, which is basically when the Oktoberfest is still going on. So part of the festival and part of the conference are intermingled. So you go to the festival on the last day of the conference, and you have your own tent and beer and pretzels. And this actually works very well from a marketing perspective because people associate positive things with the conference as well. Yeah. And so did we actually. We were like, let's go to Oktoberfest. Let's have some fun.
Let's pay
while learning.
Let's pay 3 times more for a hotel. That would be like that was a kind of a negative thing, I have to say. I'm very positive about Oktoberfest, of course, but about BitsAndPretzels. But of course, the price you have to pay for that is.
How much did you spend?
I burned a lot of money. I don't want to say. I try to forget it. I want to say.
But remember, please, for the sake of
I think
our audience, remember.
Yeah.
2,000. I think more.
Yeah, maybe
to be honest, you want to do the calculation? Yeah. I think you spent 3,000 euros.
No, because I have my account.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Media.
No, I'm pretty sure. You know why?
Why?
Because you didn't work that time. What we often don't consider is that we're not working when we are.
I was working for that, and I worked on Saturday next day.
You worked full time
on Monday, and on Tuesday I changed to Saturday. But it doesn't matter. Nobody wants to know that. Okay. No, I think so. The thing is that talking about BitsAndPretzels and the start of one of the things that convinced me to go, besides the in Germany, and it's a very nice startup scene, not because the people is super startup friendly, because there are a lot of money, basically. So the startups are not really startups. They are only super good founded, mostly of them, the success one. But the thing that made me to decide to go to the Obama claim. No?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Obama held the opening ceremony. It wasn't a speech as I expected. It was an interview.
Yeah, I thought that it's true. I thought that he would put in saying all of us and saying a lot of inspirational sentences.
Yeah, I think I thought he would motivate us personally.
Yeah. Well, he
would look at the crowd and be like, "Yes, you can."
Yeah. Well, I think he felt quite comfortable. I remember he was sitting, lying down in the sofa.
He was just getting interviewed. You know what his calculation was?
Well, it's good. In any case, he speaks in a different way. The politician, how we have to learn that. And even now that we are more radio-friendly people, podcasts, we have to learn to talk in a way that the words are passing through the people, no? But
maybe.
But yeah, I mean,
But
for
you
me,
cannot
was the
compare
one important
yourself
point
with
to see Obama. I mean, and besides that, of course, was as well all the lineup. Okay, so was important people like the guy from Sasham, Dropbox. Okay, I wanted to connect as well with people there, and because we are IT guys, I wanted to feeling the selling point because they are mostly founders and they are not IT people, no. And I'm used to go to IT conferences, but not so that's this kind of founders, and it's, I mean, this other profile of people. Mm-hmm. So you learn from that as well. So in my point of view.
Yeah, definitely. But the question is, do you really enjoy networking if you have to do it? I think networking is fun if it happens naturally. You know, if you find an event where you're really interested in the subject and you meet people, then it's fun. But if I'm at a conference and everyone wants to network, it's like blind dating or something.
Yeah.
It's no one wants to do it. It's uncomfortable for both parties, but you kind of feel you have to. So that's the atmosphere. I was at the networking part of the event where I walked out, I think, 15 minutes in, because there was constantly other recruitment companies approaching me.
No, but I mean, I was joining, the startup scene for a while in Germany when I was living there, and I remember I liked it a lot. So mostly the people, they had not a purpose, but something to do. They were super proactive, and open. Okay, that was a lot of good things. A bad thing that, of course, they were super looking themselves in their interests. So when we had a meeting or whatever, they were just talking to you, and if you had something to give them.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. It always feels like people want to,
what you can do.
They're not genuinely interested.
Yeah, you know? I had they introduced to me. Okay, what are you doing? Blah blah, and say, okay, I'm developer. Then you can help us or not, or
exactly.
Or if they were looking for money, they say ciao. And as well in a very direct German way, I have to say. That at the beginning made me a little bit uncomfortable, but at the end I thought, okay, it's better than like that. And it's like that. It's the startup scene. There are people, they know that they have small budgets, there are a lot of constraints, and they are super focused in his own projects, their projects they have. So they try to do the best they can with their time. So you just have to accept it. Otherwise, don't play the game. No? I think you can tell me this sentence once. Don't play the game. Don't like the rules or something like that. I don't know.
Something like, I think you mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember, but I know what you mean. You have to.
Yeah, you play the game, although you don't like the rules of the game.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. I think.
But anyways, each area I was touching in my whole life has good and bad things. So, and you have to live with that. It is not the perfect world. It's ideal, and it's not exist.
It is true, but the question is: would you do it again? Would you go to a conference like this?
Well,
again?
I would like to go again. Like the people. I was quite surprised when people was so talking to the other. No, this I don't know the word in English now. And all the startups, they were starting the conversation saying, yeah, we are a startup, we are selling wine, we're selling, I don't know, putting people in contact to write. And then they say, well, now we are having more than 10 million euros benefit per year. And I was saying, fuck, I was not the only one who said that. A lot of startups were not startups anymore from a very naive perspective. Okay, maybe a German perspective.
Oh yeah, they had a lot of revenue already.
I mean,
that is true.
And then I thought, okay, I come back when I can say the same. Okay.
Oh yeah. You will. Yeah, you felt under pressure. I mean, I felt the same. It's almost like it's a very mature startup conference. It's not a real start. It's not like startup weekend where you go there and everybody just has ideas.
That was.
And you're just one of the crowd. These guys are serious.
Exactly.
Which isn't bad.
No.
It's also inspiring.
I felt a little bit small there, I have to say.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Because usually in your ecosystem, I guess you're pretty unique with a startup and doing, with working on even in tech and all this stuff. And once you go to a place where everybody is the same,
and even
you feel a little bit insignificant.
I have more success, at least from the more business side. No, I mean they have already revenue and doing things, this kind of stuff. It was like that. It's like life. I mean, now it came to my mind when I was looking long time ago for a documentary about supermodels. Okay.
I'm really excited to know where this.
No, it was a bit because it was a scandal in Italy with some models that were harassed and I mean not good. I mean they had issues with the owners of the agencies. Okay, and then there was a journalist going into that and is investigating what happened. And then he was going the first stage as a supermodel, and then you see a lot of young girls around 16, 17, 15 years old, okay? And he was saying, okay, here, he was putting the camera and you had 100 of super pretty girls all together, okay? And I was thinking myself, wow, these girls, I mean, when they're alone in his own neighborhood or school, they're the prettiest girl in the shoot.
Oh, yeah.
There, they see, oh, fuck, I'm not the only one. Everybody's super pretty here. And this feeling of reality,
yes,
it makes shit. I mean,
everything's relative. You remind me. You know what you remind me of? A Trump quote. I usually don't like to quote Trump in a non-sarcastic way. But you know what Trump said? Trump said best business advice is to be. It's better to be a big fish in a small tank than a big fish in a big tank, or a small fish in a big tank. So what he means is it gives you some feeling of satisfaction and significance if you are basically special in a certain way. I think it's a very human thing that we need to feel significant. We need to feel a little bit special. It doesn't need to be hierarchical. You don't need to be better or something, but you need to be special in a certain way. I think that's very basic psychology.
Yeah. But in any case, it's good sometimes to see that there are, because you see the way in front of you, no? When you see people or companies that are far away, and you say, okay, there are a lot of stuff.
What if they're 10 years younger than you? Is it still motivating you?
Who is 10 years younger than me?
The founders of the multi-million-dollar companies. Is it still motivating when they're 20, 25?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. It's whatever. I look younger.
You look younger. I'm just kidding. But what I want to say is, I think it's wrong to aspire to the things that are maybe out of someone's reach. You can aspire to have something that is more reasonable. I'm following this guy now on Twitter who's trying to build. His name is John Young Fook. I think that's his name. Yeah, I know, it's a funny. I knew that you would say that. Yeah, and he tries to and he shares his progress. Tries to build a SaaS company with 100,000 annually recurring revenue. Within 1 year. And I think that's a very cool thing to try and to do, because 100,000 euros revenue is not super successful like 10 million, 100 million like we saw in the Bits and Pretzels conference, right? These startups, but it's enough to self-sustain.
Yes.
So he doesn't have any employees. He's building it himself, and he can generate enough money to live a comfortable life. And I think that's a more sustainable and a more happy goal to have than trying to build a giant company.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. No, and it's good the time frame he's doing. I didn't know. I will follow him as well. Why not?
Yeah.
But coming back to Oktoberfest, to Bits and Pretzels, good things of the conference for some.
Yeah, let's say some good things.
Yeah, I mean the lineup I think was good. Big companies.
The lineup was great, right?
I think good German companies were supporting a lot. The founders of the conference, they were, I think, nice because they tried to be in contact with the people who was joining the conference. Okay, so much.
The founders are also successful startup entrepreneurs themselves.
Exactly.
They all have other projects. This is a side project.
Exactly. Okay, good. And as well, the Oktoberfest tent was nice, I think, I have to say. That basically would say that. And the area, Munich is a very nice city to visit as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city, and we were lucky with the weather.
And the weather was amazing. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
so basically, it was that, and then bad things. I would say not so much girls.
Oh yeah, actually, you're joking, but I'm serious. Like I think from a inclusive point, and also from a point of having a better atmosphere in the room, I think it's better to have not only guys on the conference.
Yeah, but
to have a higher
the founder is mainly men. I mean, not all of them.
But that is first. If that's true,
I think it's
true.
True.
It's true.
I think it's true.
I think
at the moment.
But
in the future,
then the question is why, and if we can change.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the woman has a lot of things to improve in the world. So. I mean, the ratio is better than IT ratio conference, I have to say. I was woman there. I mean, but of course, more men than women. There was some clear stuff. No? I think the conference did an effort to bring a lot of women into the stage. I mean, at least 50-50. I think so. But in the...
Yes, they did an effort. Yes, that is true. It felt a little bit forced at times, I feel. But I think it's almost necessary.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I agree. It's a better. You can see it at the after party, right? When we were after the first day, there was this after party, and it's not like you can't have fun without women or something, but it's a different atmosphere if you enter a room or a dance floor and there's just guys, and that was the case, right?
Yes.
And I felt there was an imbalance as well, and they should do an effort to increase.
I am thinking now in a bad joke, but I have to say it. I mean, you would thinking to put some escort girls there, no, in the night party, no, escort girls to make some ambient, no, like a.
Oh yeah, they can even hire exactly. Girls too, but no, I that was a joke, but. Yeah, that would even help a little bit. That's what we did actually with, we had a party once in Hamburg, and it was a startup party, and we didn't hire girls, but we asked friends to bring their girlfriends basically, and they would get free drinks and so on, you know, because it's just better for the atmosphere.
It's like that. I mean, if you have a club, I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, when I was going out on the night, I remember that some clubs girls were for free, and the guy had to pay.
Yeah.
It's like it was before. I mean, I don't know now how it will go, but before it like that, a girl was inside for free because girls bring men, and men they are the ones that drink a lot. So you need.
Yeah, but the conference is not a club.
No. Okay, I am going so long. No. Let's coming back to Bits and Pretzels.
Yeah, let's go back.
No. Okay, sorry about that. I mean, I think I summarized good and bad things. For me, I think it's worth it to go. Of course, you will pay a lot of money because you're in the Oktoberfest, but you can go to Oktoberfest as well. You have your own tent. You do some networking there.
Yes.
If you are big, you do good networking. If you are small, you feel small.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're small, you're the furniture in the room. No, so I kind of agree in many points. So I think it was a good conference to get inspired, though. The positive thing for me is to get inspired, to see how other people do it. What do people do differently? How do you make a product that is truly needed, and so on? You can really look into it. And I talked to a lot of customers, and the German customers. There were some were there, some freelancers were there, and I talked to actually competitors of German. So I talked to Expert Lead, I talked to Hello Freelance and MVP Factory, and so on, and got inspired by what they do. So I think it's a good mix of people to get knowledge from and get inspired and so on, and to also discuss things, that are state of the art and so on. But on the negative side, it felt a little bit, expensive for us, for our budget. That's a lot of money that we throw away. The question is also, does it make sense in the long run? We don't know. So would I do it again? Next year, probably not. So I want to focus on product building because that's what I really enjoy, actually.
You can go to their city, Tel Aviv, Behsaad, Israel, whatever.
Oh yeah, some more exotic places would be amazing. Yes.
Let's see how the business goes. By the way, okay. So I don't have too much to say again about BitsAndPretzels. That's all.
I think we're done. Also, we have our 20-minute time slot, so we want to restrict ourselves so people don't get bored. Thanks again, Vicens, for giving me your politically correct opinion.
Thank you for inviting me. There's that again. Love, a lot of love.
I know. Okay, until next time.
Until next.
Take care.
Bye.
And stay tuned for the next podcast. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Thank you for listening to the Glolent podcast, the podcast for freelancing and remote work in practice.